Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video I'll be going quickly through the GWS versus Hawthorn game, as I mean there are a lot of GWS scores that need mentioning, but I don't think much can be taken from Hawthorn's scoring, as Sicily is still out, so you can't really take too much into account with him. So before we get into the video, remember to like and subscribe so that we can get this channel up there with the subscribers' views and get it running back again as I try and just get more content out to you guys and more regularly, because it's been pretty inconsistent lately. So yes, there we go. Now we move on to CONIGLIO 136. That was ridiculous, and the fact that he had an 8-point quarter as well. This could have been a 160, and I was just really happy because I brought him in around about 20 minutes before the game started, and it was for Sheasel. And if we look at the split here, I thought Sheasel was on for a huge score, and he ended up 52. So that was a 80-point swing just off the back of a hunch that it was on the back of just Duggan doing well. So I thought that was an option in case Sicily, I was just like, I'm happy to fall back on Duggan at least. And ended up not being able to get Sicily without anything or something. I felt like 2,000 or 3,000 short of Sicily with Mills or whatever from Dunkley and Johnson, which would have been able to do if I had Wilmot, as discussed in the last game review, but so be it. But getting Cogs in and him doing this, I was just like, this is ridiculous, and this is just fun. Honestly, after seeing Neil go ridiculous, I wasn't having too good of a day, and to see Cogs do that and come back was quite ridiculous. Briggs 95, so he just hit his break even, and yeah, just did well. Sam Taylor 91, a lot of intercepts. I'm guessing I didn't watch the second half of this game as I went out for dinner and I couldn't, so I was sort of just tracking it. Perryman 87, did pretty well. Hogan, and this is why this video will be quite short because I only watched the first quarter and a half or so of this game. I didn't watch too much of it. We might have gone at halftime actually, so I watched up to halftime. Riccardi had a massive first quarter, and he was at, I think, 2 goals, 2 or something like that. He got a late tackle as well from memory after the quarter time had gone, and ended up actually at a 86 here. And Whitfield 81, so he just looked to have taken a little bit off of Himmelberg, which is quite annoying, as I thought Himmelberg would break out. Himmelberg had, I think, 3 free kicks against, I want to say. If I look here, he had 4 free kicks against. If you take those 4 away, which he obviously cannot do, that's 87. And I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100% sure, I don't know if he walked out on a couple of kick-outs as well, or he took a handball instead of a kick or whatever, and ended up on a 75. That could have easily blown out there, and I think he's ready to have that big game. I don't think he's going to be a 75 guy in defence, so we'll just have to wait and see with that. Callahan 74, Ash, and then Tom Green is the quite disappointing one on 69, as he just never got going. I think he could be a trade out if you're in the luxury of not like me needing another week to get rookies off. I think he's could easily come back and put up a 110, 115. But if you have the luxury of trading him out with that big break even that's about to come, then you could look at other guys here at around that, like Shearer or Duggan or something like that, who I think will go 110 or so plus for the rest of the year. Cummins, Bedford, Lloyd, Brown, O'Halloran. O'Halloran almost got injured in the first 10 seconds of the game and never really recovered. And then you have Kelly here, 30. Had 6 touches or something. It was one of the best tags I've ever seen in the first half, and then heard about for the rest of the game, as he was on 4 touches at halftime, and then he had 2 touches in the second half as well. Just got a couple of tackles as well. If you take into account that he had 4 tackles in the end for his 30. If you take those out, he ends up on 14. That is ridiculous and has shrunk him down, and probably in the never, probably in starting to enter the conversation of don't pick him, because not only does he have injury concerns, he also has tag concerns now with a 30. Hawthorn, it was Amond 105, Hardwick, Nash. I'm pretty sure Day got off to a really good start and then failed, 35, and then sort of faded. McDonald 86, so that's promising for them that they have McDonald, who he's stringing together 5, 10, 15 good games in his second year, so he looks promising. Newcomb 85, disappointing. Moore got off to a really good start and then faded massively. Ward, I think, was similar as well. 23s across the board, the first 3, and then a 12. Warpool got going late, 27 in the last. Weddle was all right. Brockman, Reeves, he takes like 1 mark a game, so he's not going to be fantasy relevant at all, and he looks like he's the number 1, which we sort of knew that at the first game of the year, but I just don't like his fit necessarily in the Hawks lineup, as I think he will get dominated by around the ground ruckman, to be honest. And I think he's just there sort of as almost a tap ruckman, but he doesn't really look like he should be a tap ruckman. So I think he's going to be one of those ruckmen that just turns out to be a no-go in any terms of fantasy ever throughout the next couple of years. But obviously have to wait and see. Wingard, McGuinness is the bane in the side for any fantasy owners, as he is a really good tagger, and he tagged Kelly pretty much the whole game and ended up with, more touches than Kelly's whole game in the first quarter, I believe, 6. He ended up with, I believe, something around 8 touches in the first quarter, which is more than Kelly for the whole game. And then you have McGuinness, obviously, as we talked about. Mitchell just never got going, and glad that I traded him out as he started to dip. Scrimshaw, Green, Lewis, Frost, Granger, Bass, Impey out at 3/4 time for 23. This is really bad for owners that had him, so that was another bullet that I dodged. And then you also have Blank and Morrison came in and put up 14 in the last. So that is the video there. And yes, a very short one, as I don't think there's much to really talk about, and I also need to get these videos out. So that's the video, and I'll see you guys probably tomorrow for another 3 or 4. Honestly, it'll be quite a few that I need to get out. But anyway, I'll see you then. Bye, guys.